Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is October 26, 2025. We are in the New Testament. We're going to start the book of James today. We're going to read chapter 1. The Epistle of James. Epistle, just another word for letter. This letter is written by James. Now, which James, we're not entirely sure 100%, but by process of elimination, can't be the Apostle James because he was dead probably before this letter was written. That would leave it up to James, the brother of Jesus, or the half-brother of Jesus, who we know becomes prominent in the early Christian church. In the Gospels, we saw that he was doubting Jesus, but apparently Jesus appears to him after the resurrection, and James comes around and becomes one of the founding fathers of Christianity. He's writing this letter probably to Jewish Christians who have left Jerusalem and are out in the world. And he's reminding them, hey, you know what? Don't forget us back here in Jerusalem. Don't forget the poor. Don't forget the needy. Take care of each other. And he's going to urge us to works. Wait a minute, I thought we weren't supposed to have works. Well, Paul, very adamant, we just saw in Romans, works do not lead to faith. But James is going to give us the opposite of that is, okay, but if we have faith, it should be producing works. Or another way to think of it is our faith should be producing fruit. It isn't enough that we run around and saying, I believe in Jesus, I believe in Jesus. We're actually living that way. And we're doing things. And the good blessings that we're getting, we're pouring out on other people. And he's saying that's how you know your faith is alive, because it's changing you. And that's exactly what Paul said, and that's exactly what Jesus said. So we're saved through Jesus' grace. Because we are saved through Jesus' grace, we change. And that should be evident in the good works that we do. So let's go ahead. We're going to read the introduction for James, chapter 1. He's going to start off regular letter, so greeting to the 12 tribes. Again, we said that's the Greek Christian, or the Jewish Christians that are out in the world. He's going to talk about profiting from trials, trials and temptations. Temptations were put to the test. If we fail the test, we were tempted and we gave into temptation. If we're put to a test and we pass it, that's the trials, and we're being refined. And he's saying God isn't tempting you, God is testing you. When you fail, that's the temptation. That's Satan gave you an easier way out, so you took that instead of saying, all right, God, if this is the test, how do I pass the test? And I might not be able to do what I want to do. I might have to give up something or sacrifice something or take the extra step, but I'm going to do it. We love God in our trials. That's what the trials are showing, strengthening our faith, strengthening our faith. And he gives us the character traits that we should have, that we should be quick to hear and slow to speak, don't slow to anger. We want to take it in, say, okay, what is the test here? What's the test and what's the temptation? I don't want to fall in a trap. I want to pass this test. And again, be doers, not just hearers. So let's go ahead. We're going to read James chapter 1. James, a bondservant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Let the lowly brother glory in his exaltation, but the rich in his humiliation, because as a flower of the field he will pass away. For no sooner has the sun risen with a burning heat than it withers the grass, its flowers falls, and its beautiful appearance perishes. So the rich man also will fade away in his pursuits. Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone, but each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth death. Do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, for the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Therefore lay aside all filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror. For he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this one will be blessed in what he does. If anyone among you thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.